Hi everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Tonight I'll be bringing back the retro season review series, and the first video that I'm going to be doing tonight is the 2000 NRL season for Penrith. A bit of background in context to the 2000 NRL season for Penrith. As we all know, in 1991 the club claimed their first premiership, defeating Canberra. However, tragedy struck for the Penrith club when, unfortunately, Greg Alexander's brother, Ben Alexander, were killed in a car accident, and that had a profound effect on the playing group. From 1991 to 2000, the club only made the finals twice. In 1997, in the Super League season, the one and only Super League season, they did make the finals, but other than that, the club struggled on the field following the death of Ben Alexander, and a lot of players left the club as a result. During the period of the 1990s as well, Penrith were in some ways victims of the Super League war when, in 1995, Brad Fittler, one of their greatest ever players, jumped ship and he went to Eastern Suburbs, or as they were being renamed, the Sydney City Roosters. And just a year prior, Phil Gould left the club to also coach Eastern Suburbs, along with some other players as well that left the club during this period in the Super League war. Going into the 2000 NRL season, Penrith were coached by Roy Simmons, who had been at the club since 1994. The captains for the year were Steve Carter, who captained for 23 matches, Craig Gower captained for the one game, and John Cross captained for 4 matches. The biggest home crowd of the year, coming round 26 against Cronulla, 20,510 people attended that match. The average home crowd for the year was 14,305. The top point scorer for the season were Ryan Girdley, who got 210 points. And the top try scorer for the year were also Ryan Girdley with 14 tries. Penrith started the 2000 NRL season in strong fashion. They recorded wins over North Queensland, and then in round 2, a 26-0 victory over Canterbury Bankstown. By round 4, Penrith were sat second on the table when they defeated premiers from 1999, Melbourne, 30 points to 22 at Penrith Stadium. However, between rounds 6 to 13 of the competition, Penrith only recorded the one victory, which were over Brisbane in round 9 of the competition, when they won 18 points to 2. A lot of the losses that they had in this period were by 8 points or less, so even though they were losing, they were still very competitive. They finally broke their duck in round 14 when they beat Newcastle 32 points to 26 at Marathon Stadium in Newcastle. It was after this victory over Newcastle that something happened within the playing group, and they went on a bit of a run. They ended up winning 6 matches in a row after the Newcastle victory to move up to 4th place on the NRL table. Penrith would then go on to win 4 of their last 7 matches in the regular season to finish 5th on the table and qualify for the finals for the second time since 1991. Particularly that round 26 victory that they had over Cronulla at Penrith Stadium was quite impressive. They won that match 44 points to 6. Going into the 2000 NRL final series, Penrith were looking to win only their second finals match since 1991. In 1997 they recorded a finals victory, but they were knocked out in the second week of the competition. In the qualifying final, they faced it off against Canberra at Bruce Stadium, and unfortunately for Penrith, they were defeated 34 points to 16, which meant that they faced an elimination final against Parramatta at the Sydney Football Stadium. After leading the game against Parramatta in that finals match, it was only the second time at that stage that Penrith and Parramatta had played each other in the finals. Parramatta stormed home in the second half to win 28 points to 10, which ended Penrith's season and knocked them out. Looking back though, through retrospective eyes, the 2000 NRL season for Penrith, in my personal opinion, were a success, because the previous season they'd come 10th, and the year before that in 1998 they come 14th. So to go from 14th and 10th to 5th was a good effort from the Penrith club, and it put them in good stead for the future. There were also 2 players that represented their respective states in State of Origin for the 2000 State of Origin series. Of course, for New South Wales, you had Ryan Girdley, who featured in all 3 matches of the series, and Craig Greenhill for Queensland featured in one match of the State of Origin series in 2000. This period of Penrith's history were a bit of a roller coaster. As I just mentioned before, 1998 they come 14th, then the next year they come 10th, and they come 5th in the season that I'm previewing. But in 2001 they finished with the wooden spoon, winning 7 matches for the entire year. And then, as we all know, by 2003 they were premiers, so it was certainly a roller coaster ride back then. Looking back at some of the best results for Penrith in 2000, I think their best win of the year were probably round 26 against Cronulla, 44 points to 6. Also that round 9 win over Brisbane, 18 points to 2. Back then Brisbane were a class side, and to keep them trialists, that's a really good effort. However, they did suffer some bad losses throughout the year for Penrith. 40 points to 14 against Eastern Suburbs in round 24. Round 22, they got beaten 48 points to 6 against Brisbane up at the old ANZ Stadium there. And they also got beaten a couple of times by 20 or 30 points. So they did have some good wins, but they also had some pretty ordinary losses as well. So that has been me retro season review for Penrith's 2000 season. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know which retro season reviews you'd like me to do next. If you've got a club that you want me to do, or it's your own club and you want me to do a particular season, I can do that if I get enough people that want me to do it. So I've done quite a few retro season reviews. There's a playlist there, go and check it out. But once again, this has been Rugby League History. Thanks for supporting this channel, and I'm recently joined TikTok as well, so you can find me on there if you're on TikTok. Anyways, everyone, I'll catch us all later in the next video. Alright, tatty bye for now.